A very fiery and stormy winter session has just come to conclusion. Joining me, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju. We thought it will be cold, but it was as fiery as possible. Budget session also, will we see an impact of the complete breakdown of communication between Treasury and opposition?
No, it won't be like that. It just so happened this time that the opposition party are misguided by their leader. Good sense will prevail. I am very hopeful. They won't create this kind of situation in budget session. See, I will tell you why. We have the numbers and we have to run the government and we have to fulfill the obligations which is there in the constitutions. For serving the nation, there are certain things which we have to do. Even if opposition parties disrupt the house, we are bound to carry out the business. However, in the winter session, we didn't have that kind of budget kind of bills or other issues which are mandatorily required to be passed by the parliament. So we did not push through any bills amid the din in the house. But if they continue to do that, we will be forced to pass the bills. We don't want to show that we disregard the opposition. Right. We respect them. We have the numbers and we will see how it turns out to be in the budget session. But this winter session was slightly unfortunate because of the ruckus created by the opposition parties.
So, ruckus we expect on the floor of the house, but what happened at Makar, Dwar, I have not seen in so many years of covering parliament. As a parliamentary affairs minister, you go through records. Have you ever seen MPs, hurting each other physically, ensuring that one reaches the ICU?
Well, I think, let me be very honest. Even the opposition parties, they feel their responsibility. But one leader of the Congress party probably forced them to act in a certain manner. Otherwise, you don't come to parliament for physical fist fight. You are there to show your vocal power, not your physical power.
Mr. Gandhi, against whom there is an FIR, he is challenging the government that if you indeed think I have done something, why don't you release the CCTV footage? Is the CCTV footage being released, being given to Delhi police?
No, that is not my job. The investigation agencies, people who are in charge, they will do it. If it is an administrative matter, then I will definitely come into picture. But it is not administrative matter. It is a matter related to investigation. Because the action of Sri Rahul Gandhi has caused grievous injury to the other members. So it has become a police case. So let the police handle it.
But you must have been told by the security people on duty, by eyewitnesses, what exactly happened there? I mean, was he deliberately walking? What exactly happened? What is your
There is everyone who are there, and they all witnessed it because Makar Dwar is the main gate where the MPs enter. The speaker, the chairman and the prime minister and I also enter from the backside, the other gate. Yeah, and there is another gate also. But all other MPs enter from Makar Dwar. So the Congress party and some of their allies had been holding placards and protesting in that particular location where there are stairs leading to climbing up the Makar Dwar to go inside the house. So when the Congress party continuously tried to block that particular gate and they started demonstrating within that stair area, the BJP MPs and the NDA MPs also thought that it is befitting to stand there and protest against the Congress party's misdeeds and all the past Congress insult to Ambedkar ji and other unconstitutional actions of the Congress party. So when our party MPs were there, it seems Rahul Gandhi and his people forcefully tried to enter inside. So there Rahul Gandhi caused injury to two of our MPs. I was not there because I'm a minister, so I can't go and protest there. But I don't know why Rahul Gandhi has acted in that particular manner. We are, there all for the people. We are there to raise the voice of the people, not show our physical strength.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Have you spoken to Mr. Sarangi and Mr. Rajput? How are they now? Have they been
Now
released?
our senior MPs and ministers have seen them. I have not met both MPs who are injured and admitted in the hospital, but other MPs have gone and met them. They are out of danger. I mean, the injury is not very critical and grievous.
So what happens to the privilege notices? This session is over. Nishikant Dubey has given a notice. Congress party has also given a notice. Mr. Khadge, there's a notice against Mr. Khadge also in Rajya Sabha. Will these privilege notices end with this session, or will they continue in the next session also?
No, it depends on the action by the chair. The privilege against Mallikarjun Kharge is the same as the privilege against Rahul Gandhi. Both of them twisted the statement of the Home Minister, which means they took out some 11-12 second clip of Home Minister's speech, and then they posted in social media, with the intention of creating conflicts amongst the society members. So we thought that if that is the case, then members have the right to serve the notice of privileges. So that is the case. So both Rahul Gandhi ji and Mallikarjun Kharge ji, they both are responsible members. So they should respond why they have to twist or mislead the speech by quoting or putting a small clip out of the entire 2-hour speech.
What does the rule book say, sir? If the speaker or the chairman find them guilty of breach of privilege, can they lose their LOP position?
That the gravity of the entire thing will be evaluated by the chair. I can't comment on that because once the notice is served, it's in the domain of the chair. So the Parliamentary Affairs Minister only runs the House with the business of the government and other, private member business and all. The Parliamentary Affairs Minister will not, get involved into the decision making of the chair. If at all the chair requires the sense of the House, then I can assist for the chair to seek the sense of the House. Otherwise, the Parliamentary Affairs Minister cannot get into the decision of the chair.
Okay. So my final 2-3 questions. One, even though you say that Mr. Gandhi and Mr. Khadge took out a chunk of Home Minister's speech, they are saying, and this is the entire India blog, they are saying we will continue to protest demanding the Home Minister's resignation, and our agitation will continue all over the country till the budget session happens.
It doesn't matter outside the House, whatever they do, we can't control them. We are only concerned about what happens in the Parliament House and the Parliament premises. Outside, everybody is free to protest. Moreover, all the false narratives launched by the Congress party are already exposed. People know them. So it's not going to have any impact.
I want to ask you, are you convinced, you and your party and the NDA, that all of you did press conferences? Home Minister himself did a press conference and said that I am being misquoted, or rather a part of my speech is being put out. Do you think people of this country are now convinced? Because why I ask you is, in the run-up to Lok Sabha, a similar narrative about Samvidhan Badal Denge was started by opposition, and it did impact your performance in the Lok Sabha. So how do you think this agitation against Home Minister is going to impact?
It will not create any political impact because people are not fools. They tried to fool the people, but people have exposed them. You see the result of the Maharashtra, especially after Haryana. They are totally wiped out. So that shows what people think. I belong to the category of SC, ST, minorities. We have already conveyed to the people that how Congress has misled our communities. We are not fools actually. I was in fact very candidly telling our people that sometimes we become naive. So our peoples were misled in many occasions, especially the SC, ST, OBC and the Buddhist community. We were misled by the Congress campaign for a long time. But now their all game plans are exposed. They can't mislead anymore.
They're coming back with that no confidence motion notice against the vice president once again. They say even if it has been rejected, we'll come back in the next session.
See, first of all, they should act responsibly. To serve a notice for removal against the chair, there must be a substantive ground. Members have the right to move if they have the requisite numbers, but they have to justify it. Look at the way they have moved the particular that notice. It's a very unbecoming of the opposition parties. On 4 counts, the notice itself was invalid. I was wondering, not only Mallikarjun Kharge ji, there are many senior members in the opposition parties, especially in the Congress parties. They are very senior in the House. They should know the parliamentary procedures. First of all, you have to serve the notice well 14 days in advance. And the notice has to be accompanied by a resolution of the House. Whether resolution is passed or not passed, but it has to be accompanied by the resolution they move in the House for putting forward their intention. And then you are supposed to address to somebody whom they want to address. But that particular notice did not contain any address. It was not accompanied by any resolution. And the 14 days advance notice, which is mandatory, was not followed. And finally, the address, the name itself to whom they intended to remove was also wrong. It didn't stand even on 1 count. I was wondering how these so-called senior parliamentarians could do such things. It can't qualify even on 1 count.
So, but what the general Janta is worried about is the chair and Mr. Kharge, the leader of opposition, clashing with each other. Mr. Kharge saying, I am the son of a Mazdoor and a Kisan, how can you belittle me? Complete breakdown of communication, trust. Now what we saw at Makar, Dwar, unfortunate. You last time said that I go on breakfast and I meet the floor leaders and try and tell them to work together. Are you still hopeful you will be able to bridge this kind of a difference that has creeped up?
No, I think, see, let me be very categorical. I met Kharge ji and I respect him a lot. He is a very senior person. And he is a good man. I believe he is a good man. But somehow I feel that they all are forced to act in the particular manner in which they are acting by their leadership. Maybe in the Congress party there is one family. It's a family run party. There is nothing called democracy. They may give party positions to anybody, but there is nothing called democracy in Congress party. It's one family rule, and Mr. Rahul Gandhi behaves like a king. He can throw papers here and there. He can chuck out. He can abuse anybody. He can do anything in Congress party. So, because of that, maybe the Congress party is going down. Otherwise, I feel that there are good people in Congress party who believe in the principles of the democratic norms and also they value the parliamentary democracy. But if one man starts behaving like a king, then the downfall of that party is sure to come, because you can't sustain in that fashion for a long time.
Right. My final question, sir. One nation, one election bill is being sent to JPC. How confident are you about its passage? Because the numbers the opposition says are not in your favor. They allege that the regional parties will not stand by you. How confident are you?
The question of the number game will come later. First, you should look at the merits of the particular matter, which is one nation, one election. Everybody is saying that there should be, one election throughout the country. And it's not in the country's interest to go for election every 3 months in different states and different union territories. So it's in the national interest. So for first 2 decades, the country was going through one nation, one election. In fact, the country began our independence journey with one nation, one election till 1967. So does the Congress mean to say that all the governments, including the government of Pandit Nehru, were unconstitutional because it was one nation, one election those days? It's only after Congress started misusing Article 356 and dismissing the state governments, midterm and all. So the dates became staggered, different states had different election dates. Otherwise, the country began with one nation, one election. So I think the pressure of the people will ensure that the Congress and some of the allies will have to bow down before people's pressure.
And budget session is when you are expecting JPC's report on it?
I can't say about the deadline. We have formed the JPC and let the JPC deal with the matter.
Thank you so much. That was the Parliamentary Affairs Minister taking and speaking on a host of issues, starting from how the winter session became fiery to what the budget session perhaps holds for us.